but I thought we actually did a decent job. I thought their physicality would overpower us. And then the flip side is they didn't miss. We didn't defend a 3-point line well. And even in our pressure, they found ways to get the ball down the court. They had a couple in the deep corner on the back. We didn't even do a good enough job. We let them get hot and we let them get confident in the first half. I thought that was a big no, and that was one thing that we didn't want to happen.
And I thought that was a bit surprising, really, because you guys are a good perimeter, defensive team, and yet when they came out, I think they were like 4 for their first,
and then that was the first time out. Listen, guys, this is what we have to do. Got to give them a lot of credit. We weren't flying around like we normally are. They really moved the ball well. They got the ball in those situations. We tried to make an adjustment, and we broke down a couple times. But credit them. They played well, especially on the offensive end. Wanted to hold them under 70, and 81's not good.
Just the difference between the first time that you played them. Obviously, that game was tight until it wasn't. Then you were able to break away.
We had 14 points in transition, but we in the first game we had 18 in the first half. We were able to separate, and we made shots. We couldn't make shots tonight. For the most part, we settled for threes at the beginning, and we told them to start taking the ball to the basket. We started taking the ball. That's when we got back in the game. But then when we did have good looks, we just didn't knock them down when we needed to. And I think that was the separation. We did a decent job from the foul line. Just missed too many, at the rim, open threes, and you're not going to win on the road if you don't make those.
The assist numbers also really jumped out to me. They had 25, and you guys had like 5 or something.
25 to 29.
And it just felt like they were running their offense, and yet you guys were just kind of, just like going one-on-one.
What we wanted to do is we believed that our team speed was an advantage for us, so we wanted ball movement, and we wanted to take it in the paint. And sometimes we would say come to 2 feet to try to find somebody on the perimeter. Some of the time we weren't really looking on the perimeter. We called one more. There was a lot of times we got there and tried to finish. And we just, we missed some of those. We missed some kickouts. And when we did kick out a couple times in transition, we just didn't knock them down. But we wanted to put pressure on the rim, force them to guard one-on-one, get to the foul line, which we did. I thought that would be a big part of when we're really good, and just not enough.
Finally had that big game from Jamal Bay. Just what did he do that really worked well for him?
You know what, he just played. I thought he took the ball to the basket. That was one of the things. He's been taken very physically to the basket. He did it against Cal, did it against Oregon on that game winner to go up one. So he's kind of like, the way they're guarding Keon Brooks, the way they're guarding Keon Minfield, or the openings. And if Braxton's ducking in, there's going to be good takes. I thought he did a really good job there. Had an offense rebound perfect at the start of the second half. We just couldn't stop him. When we got it back to a certain point, we scored the first 4 possessions, and they scored the first 4 possessions. We just couldn't stop him.
Well, like late in the first half, you guys cut it to 3. Late in the second half, you cut it to 5, and then
even to Braxton, just getting a couple of fouls, those types of things. We had those situations. I thought Corin came in at the first half and did a really good job. That we had to take him out with 2 fouls. But we need them. We need the freshman guards were freshman guards tonight. The other night they had a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. Tonight they had an opposite. And that's going to happen when you're a freshman. But these are great learning experiences. Unfortunately, we had to learn with a loss. But we got to move forward and get ready for Thursday.
And on those nights when your freshman guards are kind of like acting like freshmen, is that when you really miss your senior guards? Because I kind of felt there.
Well, I just think I believe with both of them being out, you're just missing another. Someone who can calm it down. You saw in Colorado when Noah came in, just another ball handler, another defender. These guys played a lot against the last 2 games, but you just can't feel sorry for yourself. You got to go out there and you got to play. You got to be disruptive, and that's what we're challenging these guys to be. And tonight we weren't as disruptive as we needed to be on the defensive end.